And now we try to do the second ending. Bear with me. Bear with me. Start from here. Day 7. A light in the dark. It was the same dream. There was no sky nor ground, only endless darkness. I couldn't control my thoughts despite being fully conscious. It felt like watching some old documentary. I heard intermittent sounds that seemed to be made by the cats or sobbing children. I tried to find the source of the sound, but there was only darkness around me. I couldn't take hold of any while listening to it. I had no choice but to search blindly, oblivious to the passage of time. Eventually, I saw something. It was an empty living room. The desk was scattered with all kinds of things. Wine, glasses, a medicine bag, books, and papers. Mother was lying on the sofa with her pajamas and with messy hair. She was crying with her face covered. Did this really happen, or was it all a fabrication? The living room was always spotless and clean in my memory, and my mother was always radiant with makeup on. So why couldn't I remember all of this? Confusion and fear turned into waves that engulfed me back to the darkness. Wow! Immediately afternoon, I could vaguely smell a familiar cigarette scent and opened my eyes amidst the seemingly never-ending rain. What came to my vision was the girl right before my face. She squatted before me and just kept staring at me without blinking. Do you too and just enjoy scaring people like this? I helplessly protested, even without malice. It was still not pleasant having someone staring at you when you woke up. Why? Do you think I would do something to you while you slept? Seeing my panicked expression, she smirked. What do you want? Don't move. She grabbed my hands without my permission. The pain when she touched my wounds made me try to shake off her grip, but that didn't faze her. She rolled up my sleeve, revealing the nasty purple-black color across my blood. I saw the swollen wounds marked with blood like some scary totem. She just grabbed my hand without saying anything. I didn't know what she wanted, but didn't resist either since I didn't sense any ill intention. Yes, she still didn't do anything, just look at me quietly. What? Finding me too attractive? I couldn't bear the unease and spoke. Idiot, I have no interest in a pussy like you. I tried to joke around but only got the look from her. Does it still hurt? She lowered her glance and touched my wounds slightly. The trembled eyelashes seemed to hide some unspeakable emotion. It's alright. It was a tragedy when I got her and probably would take quite some time to recover. I was lucky it didn't damage the bone. She got and let go of my hand. It was unbelievable, but she seemed to regret the fact of hurting me the day before. She kidnapped me yet didn't really want to hurt me. She hated to be discriminated against yet was full of bias against the rich. Less even she was aware of all these contradictions. So what now? What do you think? She returned the question with a self-deprecating expression that was hard to look at. She sat back by the window and took out her phone. Then I heard the sounds of text messaging. The sound, rain and typing intertwined, becoming a peaceful melody that anchored within the room. So since we are going to do an ending 2 first, press. Let's see what happened. Oh wait, got the money? No. She gave a straight answer without a change in her cold expression. She put the phone back in her pocket and looked at the scenery outside of the window. Then she spoke calmly. Doesn't matter. I have made up my mind. Made up your mind? Hearing the implication within those words, I tried to confirm with her. Uh-huh. She got a response, keeping her gaze focused somewhere far away. On what? Stab me and call it a day? How perceptive of you. Perceptive of you. She flashes me a naughty glance at me, to which I could only reply with a bitter smile. It wasn't that funny when you try to joke about this sort of thing. You are surrounding yourself, or did you find somewhere to hide? I couldn't think of other options, yet she only shrugged nonchalantly. You will find out eventually. That only makes me even more concerned. I didn't think she would end my life, yet her strange calmness made me nervous. If there was a backup plan, then she would have been panicking the days before. Why was there such a great change of attitude overnight? Like a tune without harmony, the dissonance slowly expanded in my heart. I never believed in overtime enlightenment. Hearing someone say how they realized the truth of the world and gain a new life at the Johnny Sound Call was more unbelievable than the plot of a bad science fiction. The value you held true for decades could be changed with a few words. And what was the point of living? Hey, something just didn't feel right the more I thought about it, so I decided to figure out what she meant by making up her mind. Huh? What do you want? Seeing through my attempt, she laughed. What? Scare? Shitless. I rather had some time to prepare myself mentally, like saying a prayer or leaving my will. Or are you a religious man? Not really, but might as well has be before my imminent death. You're going to hell anyway for saying that. She changed her pose against the wall, yet her gaze had left the phone while answering me. Her behavior only confused me even more, so I decided to change the topic. Where will you go after getting the money? Anywhere. Taiwan is a big place. Still staying in Taiwan? I thought she was prepared to go abroad and hide that till it was all over. Where else then? She asked with one eyebrow raised. I'm not good at finding loopholes and managing money laundering with overseas accounts. Those folks steal all this money yet never pay the price. There's no way for us to compare with them. We at most can just manage some punk puny kidnapping and robbery to get money at the risk of our lives. All because we're not educated. Her words were filled with self-mockery. There was even a sense of self-abuse when someone as proud as her was saying that. Considering all the developments till now, plus her words, I finally put all the puzzle pieces together. You are the scapegoat, aren't you? With that train of thought, many things started to make sense. Why did she get into this mess with her sister? Why did she know so much about me despite being a lousy kidnapper? The creditors gave her the information about the kidnapping and told her it was a chance to pay off all the debts plus earn some extra cash to start a new life. To avoid responsibility, they didn't even provide any sort of assistance, that's why she had to enlist her sister's help. For the true couple, there was nothing to lose. There would be tons of cash waiting for them if it worked out, and no trouble anyway if it failed. They had no choice but to gamble on this opportunity. They forced you too. I made that decision. I stopped knowing what I was about to say. She said, "You think I'm a kid? Paid like a fool that knows nothing? Spare me, I will take responsibility for my actions instead of involving others." I could come up with a response to her words. She could have pushed it all on other people, yet she chose to bear it all by herself. But my sister didn't know anything, she just followed my instructions. Especially struck upon when she insisted lips as thought holding something in. She didn't have such exceptional determination, letting her carry all this weight. She was just pushing herself. I didn't realize how similar we were. We hated to be seen as weak, and the idea of becoming the people we despise. We both hated this world, except she chose to resist with her crime, and I chose to escape. I never saw someone this eager to be arrested. You are messed up. I must be, or I would have killed myself like my mom a long time ago. She snorted carelessly. There was no sadness in her voice. I thought she was just recalling yesterday. Arming herself like a hedgehog, she refused to give up despite the challenge. She made it this far with a dream of a better tomorrow. If even that could be granted, what else was left for her? Couldn't help but feel sympathy. Oh, hearing the text message notification, she glared at it briefly. Of course. What? The music just stopped. Paying me no mind at all, she just lowered her head. There was no usual abusive aura, and in his place was some sort of abnormal calm. She closed her eyes and sighed, then started dialing. Who are you calling? None of your business. Where is the money? She cut right to the chase and kept going before getting a full response. I am done talking. She put her hands in the spirit of Anderson, spoken different from usual pattern. Then how did I start? She didn't know what I was saying. Something says I need to pay heavily on my tax. I used to be able to somehow guess her thoughts, yet I still could figure out this crucial decision that she had made. Enough. You don't know that you're just stalling. You are all the same. Thinking everything is under control and the others are all idiots. I could hear sounds from the other side of the phone, but she ignored all but those. Just because you are lucky enough to earn a little more money than others, you thought everything would follow your way? We should all listen to you? Give me a break. There was clear hatred in her voice. She coldly delivered her final words. And so be it. I will make you regret everything. She hung up the phone and threw it at the table. She took out the last cigarette from the box and let the smoke drift through the room. Music stopped. Again. What? Say something. Sensing my hesitation, she asked me. I was thinking how to word this in a way that would trigger her. Seeing me not answering, she frowned and pushed me a little. Dude, weren't you quite a talker not too long ago? Well, I learned my lessons. That's what humans are good at. I warned you from the start, but you didn't listen. So, did you give up or what? The heavy mood was disrupted by the conversation. I ignored the last bit of worry in my mind and found the courage to talk. Yeah, who knew anyone would prioritize money over his own kid? He probably still would caught up with money even if I murder you. There was a bitter smile on her face. I did hope for some movie miracle, but here was the reality. Without trust between the two parties, there would be no negotiation. Even if you pay the money, the kidnapper could still break the deal. There was no insurance for the family. It was the most logical and accurate course of action, yet it made my heart itch like some bug bite. So am I free to go? Am I free to go? Who said anything about freeing you? Don't get the wrong idea. I don't pity you. You are still way more well off than us. She leaned over while raising her eyebrow. It was so close I could smell the tobacco. What's the point of giving me if there's no money involved? For the record, I can't cook or clean well. I'm a bad choice for a housekeeper. Who knows? She raised the corner of her mouth and started enjoying toying with me. You are really falling for me, aren't you? Maybe in another 10 years, rich boy. Whoa, she's squatting while replying and started to tighten the door to make sure I couldn't get out. Is this still necessary? The rope rubbing my wounds created a new wave of pain. I couldn't help but complain about it. I need to head out. You just wait here. Hey, when will you be back? What if I need to go to the toilet? Hold it then. I'll be back once I grab a few things. Grab what? Have fun guessing. Ignoring the protest, she left. What was she thinking? Hearing her footsteps getting further, I couldn't figure out the current state of events. I couldn't do anything but sigh heavily. I was by myself in the room and no one would hear me, no matter how loud I yelled. My lips were tied down so tightly I couldn't even stand and let the Lord escape. I started listening to the rain out of the body and waiting for the passage of time in silence. I suddenly realized how pessimistic I had become. I was scared as much as I used to be, no focusing on escaping. Realizing this was coming to an end, I had given up with the desire to gamble. If I were you, I might have done the same thing. I remember our full conversation from last night. It was said with full honesty after understanding her helplessness and anger. Even the thing was worrying. Even were not so different from the past that you up in despite all the kind of freedom of choices and compassion, I was still born in them. Look at all those people for having a headache over so are they truly happy? Those who fail blame it on the environment, while those who succeed credit themselves. Using those bad words to numb yourself, you can choose to ignore unfair world around us. Using those fake words to numb yourself, you can choose to ignore the unfair world around us. Normal people would just grip about it briefly. How much hatred could someone find difficulty in having a normal life harbor? I sighed in depression, the hot breath turning to white smoke in the freezing air. Wrong, perhaps we all know about it too well, but we only chose to tell ourselves these lies since we couldn't change it. Just like now, I couldn't change anything even though I understood their pain. It's night already. I heard footsteps in the stairway and there's sounds of the door opening. I grew speechless when I saw her. What's that? Supermarket sale? There were two gigantic plastic bags of stuff in the hands, different from a savory meal. This looked more like an upstart. She took out my bag fatly and left it on the desk after whirling it a little. It's not my money. Yeah, an upstart, alright. So you're staying quiet. Should have done that earlier. She tilted her head, apparently not used to seeing me disobedient. What else could I do? Crack my head against the wall? That would have saved me the trouble. She dumped all the food on the desk. I thought she just robbed a convenience store clean. The other bag was all alcohol, all sort of beer cans lay on the desk, more than enough for two. Hey, she suddenly passed me the beer. Drink with me. Me? Who else is here? What now? In a good mood? Whatever. Call. Sure thing. I grabbed the beer before she changed her mind. Confused as I was, I didn't plan to let go of what I could get. She opened the microwave spaghetti, which made a whole smell like butter, a sea moist, enticing than anything I had ever smelled. Here, this is yours. Is this the last supper? Still not knowing her plan, I asked half jokingly. Last supper, huh? She nodded with her head tilted, then gave a nonchalant smile. Maybe. That was a bad joke right there. But I really couldn't care. When there was a hot food right before me, I took the food but I had difficulty removing the wrap. Can you loosen the rope? Why? No need to worry about me escaping. I don't plan to leaving here before finishing my food. And even if you open the door and put a red carpet there. Don't be ridiculous. It's just a microwave bento from the convenience store. Just to be clear, I will kill you if you try to run. She did lose out the road after leaving the track. I still could produce some hand feeling, but using a fork was no problem. I eagerly opened the box and dived into the food. A hot saucepan. In my mind, I warmed up both my stomach and my heart. Finally, having a front for me after several days, I was almost moved to tears. Oh God, I didn't know microwave food could be this tasty. Is that so? She responded absent-mindedly compared to me wolfing down the food. She barely ate anything and kept drinking the alcohol. It's easy to get drunk if you don't eat something. She clearly wanted to get herself drunk like that, worrying what might happen next. I tried to remind her about it. Be quiet. Isn't that what you want? I didn't invite you to drink with me to hear you yet nagging. I will throw you off a cliff if you don't start drinking. Aye, man. I had no choice but to raise the bottle after hearing her threat. She was surprisingly quiet drinker, with one hand in her pocket and leaning against the wall like a silent statue. It wasn't really that enjoyable to drink beer in this cold weather. Luckily, my body started to warm up and I could focus better. I kept myself conscious by eating food and drinking only low alcohol beer. Hey! What? What did you mean when you said it's too late yesterday? You're quite a talker. She turned her head away and sighed impatiently, with her index finger sliding on the edge of the beer. It's most strange to stay quiet when drinking together like this. It's some funeral. Whatever. Showing no interest in the subject, she had another large gulp. How about you come out with a subject? Anything you want? I still couldn't figure out a decision. The sudden change of attitude and the very situation made me uncomfortable. It made more sense to let her say whatever she wanted than to ask her about it. I told you before, right? About my dream. After staying silent for a while, she quietly spoke. About starting a new life somewhere no one knows him. She threw the hand to the ground once it was empty, making a clear, clanking sound. Your money won't change anything. She said quietly. There was no anger in her voice, nothing strained, only powerless acceptance. The debt my father left was more than just more than a few $100,000. Why would I need to work this hard if that was the case? Your money can only pay for the accumulated interest at best. It's pointless. I still need to keep working. It will never be enough. Don't look at me like that. I don't need your pity. Her face was red and I could see a effort of alcohol in her eyes. The light in there seemed to reflect all my thoughts. How much do you even own? She lit out a cigarette, tried to calculate. She gradually breathed out a small and then shook her head. I can't remember, but it's an amount I could pay even if I worked day and night all my life. She picked up the can and waved it left and right. She seems to be figuring out what words to use while listening to the sound inside the can. The weak light shined on her face. She looked extra miserable from days of stress and fatigue. Petty, all this thought, fear, hatred, and pity all mixed up in my mind. What does it have to do with me if the world isn't fair? They should be punished for causing this mess. Even once I understood that this whole thing wasn't just a problem, I scared these thoughts every once in a while. Blocking them will be solve the problems without changing to the social structure. There will always be a new crimes. Yeah, so what? God is focused on the problems before us and wish these people would disappear. Rather than worry about the faraway future, we care about more present where we reside. The alcohol straight into my mouth. It was too bitter to swallow. You know what I'm scared of the most? And music just stopped. I waited for her to complete her sentence. I'm afraid of seeing myself having the exact life for the next few years or next decade. Or till that. It will be like making all this money for others like a slave. I'd rather just gamble it all than this. Otherwise, I'd rather just die. I truly thought, where there's life, there's hope. Felt like some pointless mockery. She moved on to the next bottle. I could feel the strong alcoholic scent from her and her warm breath. Want to be drunk, want to forget everything, want to let it all go. I could tell all this without even asking. They keep coming to our place after that, like smashing wine bottles, leaving paints on the wall, anything you could imagine. They even forced me to help out at the nightclub when I was around 12. Those rich people really have some fuck up fetishes. It didn't take long before my mother broke down after facing this paper daily while taking care of the kids. She covered the tragedy casually. I thought it was someone else's experience. Do you know what she told us before committing suicide? She told us not to hate our father. She said we just unlucky. She started to laugh mockingly and then to mumble in a trance. It wasn't that far off our movie plot. There were tragedies around us, but they never came to our attention until we were affected. I once thought for a long time about what went wrong. Why me? And I realized we were just born unequal. Our lives are just worthless. If there is a God, I'm not going to read this word. How dare those rich people look down on me? By what right can they tell us to use our brain and thought they are the smart and successful one? She got more and more agitated, trying to let go of all the injustice in her heart. What's so special about them outside of being lucky? What could they do if they lived the same life as me? The wine bottle smashed into countless pieces on the floor. Deaths, the kidnappings, separations from her sibling, all these things partly got to the girl. Her suppressed emotions all came out like a collapsed dent. She panted heavily and could count up down her upheaving chest. All I could do was looking at her quietly without saying a word. She took a step back, then collapsed to the floor against the wall like a wrecking ball. I want to start over. Her hands hugging her legs were shaking and there was sobbing in her voice. It was the first time I saw her this fragile, like a carefully crafted glasswork. I want to forget all this. I want to restart. I want to go somewhere where no one knows me. Isn't that so much to ask? Why can't I have something others can enjoy effortlessly? Why? Why me? Why? She mumbled and thought in a dream. Her voice gradually died down until it was not audible. She didn't ask for some outrageous lineage or rich families. All she ever wanted was a normal environment, but she couldn't get it. The world is a fact. Some were born in the third world countries and never had a chance to receive an education. Some were born handicapped and couldn't operate like others. No one can change that or deny the fact. There is no difference. One could feel bad for the younger sister who knew nothing, but even she had no choice in the matter. Their father abandoned them. Their mother committed suicide. The dad separated them from education and they had no way to ask for help. I should expect her to have the courage to challenge her sister, let alone take care of all of this after going through a constantly threatening childhood. It is determined if one should take responsibility, but if one possesses power and knowledge. We could scold her for making that mistake, but what if she never had a choice in the matter? Breaking out someone white smoke quietly sighed. You want to restart your life in a place that no one knows about you? That's impossible even if you pay off the debt. We were born with too many stigmas, gender, race, looks, family. They will not leave you just because you moved somewhere else. Is that so? She replied not chattily. There was regret in her voice. How could these people get out? How can this unfairness be changed? Not wanting to ponder questions with no answers, I drank out from the bottle like her. I decided to worry about that once I was out here. What now? Yes. With the passage of time, the two of us fell silent. The wine glasses were empty, and the topics of conversation were exhausted. Oh, that was the epilogue. Oh, you're right. Time to end all this. The girl pulled out the can and walked towards me with a kitchen knife. She didn't even seem to mind the glass shot on the floor. The edge of the knife pointed at me flashed with a danger. A simple push, and that would be the end of my life. She still saw that her hands were trembling, nor did she confess. She just observed me calmly. The rain echoed in the room along with the shallow breathing of the two of us. Aren't you scared? Are you going to kill me? I stared right back into her gaze. In the darkness, her eyes shined like stars. In those eyes, I saw myself exhausted but fearless. You really are scared. Her expression relaxed and she lowered the hand that held the knife. There was a note of frustration in her voice. Fear would help much here, right? I could only reply with a bitter smile. There was no way that I would be scared by having a knife pointing at me. My hands were still trembling. Yeah, I couldn't escape nor resist. My only hope was that she wouldn't do it. I was hoping to see you shit your pants. She cuts through the ropes around my legs. After finally receiving that after all this year, I found a sensation extremely unfamiliar. I eagerly tried to warn Larry bruises where the ropes used to be. I thought they were part of my own body. I stood while supporting myself against the wall. Finally looking at her from the eye level, I realized she wasn't actually that tall. She's still pointing the knife at me. The dim light lit her exhausted yet determined face. If you really feel there is no differences, then please help them. As you say, they are just unlucky. They are just unlucky. There was something off about her word, but I couldn't really tell what it was. The alcohol made my mind numb. Now go, follow the road and you will find houses in 10 minutes. The weakness on her face disappeared instantly and changed into the usual cold expression. What about you? I still couldn't believe she would just let me go. I had something else to take care of. Something else? None of your business. Get out before I change my mind. She decided to say nothing more then and just stare at me. Was she planning to run? Or there will be someone coming? Neither option seems likely. I didn't ask, do I need to force you out? I still couldn't figure out what was going on before she started to rush me. There were many places hidden in my mind and I couldn't pinpoint the problem. Might be strange for me to say this, but I hope your dream will come true. It will. She smiled lightly with bizarre confidence. Whatever. With those questions, I stepped forward. My jaw felt straight like rusty metal, and every pull of my muscles leaked a sore sensation. This small, nasty room and its moldy air. Why will I remember this place or forever forgot about it like a dream? I took a deep breath, pushing out the door and walked into the rain without turning back. The heavy rain almost instantly soaked my clothes. I couldn't help but tremble from the cold and could barely stand with my twitching thighs. Once that at night, I could barely tell what direction I was heading this day at night. Rain also fogged my vision. The thick brushes cut my skin. This walk felt like an eternity. Was I on the right track? Should I rest? There were all these doubts and questions in my mind as thought they were part of some scenery in the dream. I eyed the same borderless wall of darkness that would engulf everything. I raised my face and let the rain fall on it. The icy sensation sobered me up a little. My muscles were still trembling. I could feel my temperature dropping. I might not be able to go forward if I stopped there. No more running. I promised her that I would live on with my power and change what I hated. I took a deep breath and clenched my teeth and understand. Finally, I saw the lights in the distance. I stopped walking from the sensation slowly through me. All the frustration, unease, hunger, and pain were uncomfortable as comfortable as fire burning the raw real. I finally confirmed. I had made it up. In that moment of realize, in that moment of real relief, my body gave out and I lost consciousness. They say rain is the tears that God shed for the heartbroken. They say that rain is the water cast by the divine to cleanse our sins. The girl rests her head near the window while watching the never-ending rain. Countless memories ran through her mind. Those that she kept in mind, those that she refused to face, and those that she thought she had forgotten. Must be the medicine. She was losing her grasp on consciousness. Her hair was heavy like she had a hangover. She recalled a kidnapping event, her father and her mother who ended her life. What a beautiful girl. She had hated him for abandoning them and her for showing weakness in the face of pressure. She thought of healing her sister who never experienced real joy. She didn't know if her sister was doing well or if she was safe. Strangely enough, there wasn't much emotion at that moment. There was a little bit of regret and sadness, but nothing else seems to be mattered. Finally, the person she kidnapped, she wanted to torment those self-righteous person and save Peter and Hunger. Let's see what we have here. However, the more time they spent together, the less she understood. Was he just someone special, or was the distance between the two just not as far apart as she had thought? You are different, you are just unlucky. This was the first time someone had told her that. She had been pushing herself and refused to show any weakness before. Just not until hearing that line did she realize how much she craved recognition. She wanted someone to tell her this wasn't her fault and that we were all the same. Even with different upbringings and from different social classes, would the two truly understand each other? It was getting if someone else handled the complicated question. Last cigarette lit and the smell worked out her mind, and just later, get her hand holding no more. She left it on the desk and let the sink come to the room. She powerless lay her head on the desk and saw the world turn blurry before her. The irresistible sleepiness took over her body. So tired, she deserved a rest after doing this much, right? She couldn't even feel the cold now, and her body grew even lighter. Slowly, consciousness also lifted up. If even the sound of the rain was leaving her and was replaced by a white wall. You want to restart your life in a place where no one knows about you? That's impossible, even if you pay off the debt. His words came to mind. She weakly smiled. It's possible. Let go for the devils and find a place to restart your life. Her eyes were closed along with her consciousness. The girl quietly fell into never-ending slumber embraced by the raining night. And we get the second ending. A second ending. It had been a week since the day I escaped from that prison. When I woke up, I was met with a clean white ceiling and the unique disinfected scenes of the side of a sick room. Apparently, someone found me collapsed on the side of the road and sent me to the hospital before I died of hypothermia. Once I got a little better, I was bombarded by police questions and journalist interviews. I declined them all with the excuse of my unstable mental state. Even for the statement, I only offered the bare minimum. I knew it was pointless, but I just didn't want to assist them with the investigation. It might be futile, but I didn't want to betray her trust. I wanted to give more thoughts to what to do first. However, it wasn't necessary to ask me anyway. It didn't take long before the case was closed. I wasn't shocked by the outcomes. I had a vague idea when I left there. However, I somehow felt something was lost. It was a bizarre sense of emptiness and thought someone had gouged out my heart. She wanted to start a new life. So that's what she meant. What we have? I murmured to myself next to the window. I lit a cigarette and placed it on the desk. There was nostalgia about this sense that I used to hate. The azure sky had brightened out and the breeze was now blowing. Is it the same sunny day where you are now? I closed my eyes and prayed for her. A Light in the Dark, Ending 1, New Start. And that's all for now, folks. We will continue to do a finale in the next episode. Okay? As always, thank you for watching my video. My videos are just for fun. Don't take part, brothers and sisters. Okay? Let's say the magic word. Adios, Eva Mosa.